Yeah, it's significant.
Do you get bigger and bigger each year?
No, we buy piggies.
And chickens and cows.
We buy we birth rabbits and we birth calves. We also buy calves, but we birth cattle and rabbits, but we buy piggies and chicks and poults. Okay. We all close enough now?
I think we're good to go.
Good to go? Okay. All right. This is just a pretty spot. It's good to enjoy it. All right. A couple things going on here. Number one, from a major fence grid layout. All right. When we come into a farm, we now lease 7 farms. These are farms that other people own, and they're wanting us to manage them. And so when we go onto a place, we run our permanent grid of electric fence on the break points between the topographical break points. There's always a break point where a ridge turns into a slope or a slope turns into a swale, all right? And so there's a fence that runs along right here. That's the break point between the ridge and the slope. And at the bottom, when we walked through that field coming up, if you looked over at the swale, on this side of the swale, there was also a fence, so they couldn't go into there. So that northern slope and the resultant swale riparian area at the bottom is all protected by a grid. So as we stand here, the thing that I want to point out is that we don't make any straight fences, because no landscape runs in straight lines. So so one of the chapters in my latest book, The Sheer Ecstasy of Being a Lunatic Farmer, the chapter title is Crooked Fences. We love crooked fences because crooked fences are allowing the topography to speak to us. So if you look out through there, you see the fence that comes up along the tree lines, comes right up along here. We walked across it through a gate right there, around, and then behind us here is a real steep slope that plunges off into a little runoff area. And so instead of running this fence right straight through that and over, we have a 1.5 acre little triangular tip coming out into the field. So this becomes a kidney bean, and it allows us to utilize that terrain as a forestal edge to create a run and a windbreak over the top of this hill, all right? And you get this acre and a half of forestal protection, and another 300 yards of forestal open land interface where the greatest diversity of plant and animal life lives. All right. So this is landscaping on a macro scale, but letting our fences run with the terrain. All right. Now, a couple of things are happening here. We're going to walk down and just